In today's video, we're going to take a look at taxonomy of our content in Joomla. Basically, how we organize and present content on a Joomla site. Hey, whoa, look at that. I didn't change the picture from last week. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Thanks for tuning in to Washmerk livestream number 219 here on the Basic Joomla Tutorials YouTube channel, where I show you my favorite extensions, tools, and tips for building and maintaining Joomla sites. I also work on Joomla sites, build them, maintain them, migrate them to Joomla 4, do consulting too. So if you're looking to hire someone short-term or long-term, or even just sketch out a spot, send me an email, tim@cybersalt.com, and let's talk. Today's video is brought to you by our channel sponsor, mysites.guru. Do you have a Joomla site? Of course you do. Head on over to mysites.guru, get a free site audit for it, and while you're there, check out all the tools and information are going to save you time and money managing one or multiple Joomla sites. I highly recommend it. I use it every week, and I have team members that are also using it as well, maintaining our client sites. So yes, so there we have it. Hello in chat to Bjorn and to Ivor and Valerie. Good to see you all, and anyone else who is lurking. See that we have a few lurkers there, and that is okay. Yes, about the picture. I've been scrambling this morning. So, last week was my anniversary, and so I had this wedding picture, but I forgot to change it to something else. So we'll have another week of my wife peering over my shoulder, looking at you. All right. So basically today we're going to take a look at that topic of how to organize our content in Joomla. And part of the reason I'm looking at this is because I have a client who was asking about categories and subcategories, and I got to thinking, this is a bigger topic, and so we're going to look at the tools that we can use in Joomla. Now, right now we're going to really just look at categories and tags. There's also custom fields that you can use. You can create custom fields for your content, and you could use that to organize your content. But still, you have to have your content somewhere. It's got to be in a category. Doesn't have to have tags, but we're going to talk about that. And the first thing that I would say is this, and that we'll see in Joomla, whatever your content has, whatever is unique, divide it into categories. Whatever is common, use tags for that. And we're going to see how that works in this. The other thing too is that you pretty much you don't have to be an expert in your content field, but you have to know something about it and how it's going to present, how you're going to present it. Unless your client is very clear on that and they give you an outline of the structure that they want for presenting their information. So it's going to take a little bit of brain power, which is why I still have half a piece of toast here left from breakfast that I just rushed up and made because I need the brain power for this topic. All right, enough talking. Generally, let's turn our attention to the screen. And there we go. Oh, and by the way, I have figured out how to make it so that I can have Notepad if I need to do some typing or code there as well. So set that up. All right. So taxonomy, let me change my glasses here. Mary says that mysites.guru is one of the first sites she goes to in the morning to check up on all the sites she manages. It saved you many times. Yeah. I had a client site go down on Saturday, and I got a notice from mysites.guru that it was offline. The reason it was offline was that they had used up all their inodes on their hosting, so I was able to go in and delete some cache files and change some settings and got things going for them. All right, so let's take a look at this top here. I've got something in the way in my window here that you can't see. And that is taxonomy. So taxonomy is the practice and science of categorization and classification. So a taxonomy or taxonomical classification is a scheme of classification, especially a hierarchical classification in which things are organized into groups or types Among other things, groups or types. Among other things, a taxonomy can be used to organize and index knowledge stored as documents, articles, videos, etc., such as in the form of a library classification system or a search engine taxonomy, or in what we'll look at today, in a website. All right, so let's go here to a Joomla 4 very empty website. And for purposes of just what we're doing today, take a bite of food there. I'm going to start out by making a website that would look at different kinds of cars that that General Motors makes. All right, General Motors is a car company here in North America. It's based in the States. But that we'll look at that. All right, just right now, starting out with the cars that General Motors makes. So if we go to the General Motors Wikipedia page, we see here that it holds its 4 core automobile brands are Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, and Cadillac. Hello, Stefan, good to see you. And so in building this site, or having a site about General Motors, cars made by General Motors, I want to look at I'm going to start out with the 4 core automobile brands. And that is a great starting place for categories. So we're in the back end of the site here. I'm going to go to components, and I'm going to go, content and categories. I could have hit the plus there. We'll leave uncategorizer for now. Let's make a new article. And let me just make a note here of what these are again. Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, and Cadillac. I actually have them in the top tabs there. So let's go over here. All right. So I'm going to make a new category. And this is going to be Chevrolet. All right. And I'm going to save and new. We'll go GMC. And we're going to go save and new. We'll go Buick. We'll go save and new. And the last one is Cadillac, C-A-D-I-L-L-A-C. And since that's the last one, I'm going to go save and close. All right, so here are our 4 main categories of cars, types of cars that Chevrolet makes. And so that is really nice. Now, since the purpose of this website, or the focus of what I'm doing right now, now Bjorn makes a good point there, or makes a point. You should have them as subcategory of car types. Yes. Now here's where the first point is about organizing our content. What is it that you want to have is the focus of the website? So I've said for this purpose, I want to look at the cars that that General Motors makes. And so I'm going to do it by I think these are brands. But within those cars, there's also, for instance, a subcategory of car types. You have a sedan, convertible. There's other types too, as we can see in some that I saw in some lists. And now, if I was doing a website on types of cars, then my main categories would probably start out as in sedans and convertibles and hatchback, pickup trucks, things like that. So you really have to have an idea of what it is that you want your site to be. You can always change it after, and I'm going to show you in a little while what happens if you do want to change the scope of your website. So for me right now, we're starting out with the types of cars, like the brands of cars that General Motors makes. But that's a very good point, Bjorn, because if you're focused with something else on your website, you would begin very differently. So you've got to know the focus of your website. And then you start with the biggest focus. You start to break down from the top down. So the focus right now is types of cars, brands of cars made by General Motors. All right, so I'm going to go into this list right here. Oh, yeah, general. So let's look at Chevrolet, list of Chevrolet vehicles. I must say, I'm going to say, I'm old school. I like the good old days when cars looked very different across their brands. Oh, Bjorn says, even if you only focus on cars by GM. Well, I sort of have a plan where we're going on that. And again, we're going to be talking about categories and tags. So we'll see. So, yeah, this is where if someone came to a website looking for information on the Chevy Blazer, then they would go to, they would click, Chevrolet Blazer. If they're coming looking for types of cars, then they're going to look for types. So it really comes down to the first thing you look at. But we've got now on this particular page they do have types, body styles here, crossover, SUV. They don't have all of them, so I decided just to simplify this for this demonstration purpose today. So we got Blazer EV, and let's go Bolt EUV. Okay. So over here, I'm going to go and I'm going to do a new category. And let's call this Blazer. And I'm going to assign it to the Chevrolet parent category as a parent. All right. So I'm going to save that. And of course, remember Blazer EV. All right. Blazer EV. And now I'm going to change the alias here because I'm going to save this as a copy. So I don't have to select Chevrolet again. And then we've got the Bolt EUV. Bolt EUV. All right. I'm going to take out the alias here because we want a different alias. And I'm going to save as a copy. And now I'm going to close. All right. Now, when you save as a copy, it starts out unpublished. And it starts out published. Yeah. Yes, and Bjorn has said that alias auto changes when you save as a copy. Does it really? Huh. Let's try that. I've always just deleted it. Let's give that a try. All right, let's add another car in here. Sorry. We've got the Bolt EUV. Trying to get that published. Okay. Publish item. Okay. So let's go into the Bolt EUV. And let's go Captiva. Captiva. All right. So we're going to go Captiva. All right. And I'm going to go save as copy. Hey, how about that? I did not know that. Is that? I wonder when that's a new feature, because it used to not be that way, was it? Or maybe I just assumed that it wasn't. So great for those of you that are watching and learning. You don't have to change the alias from saving as a copy, but you do need the publish. Mary says he's usually right. Stefan says since alias must be unique, it will be created even for a copy. Yes, I think what I'm thinking of is when you save an article as a copy, if you don't change the alias, you get a number at the end of it, I believe. All right, so now we have this, we have Chevrolet, and we've got 4 of there. So let's do 3 from GMC. Now, GMC is pretty much a truck company. There are no GMC cars. So what we will do here is, we're going to start here. Oh my goodness. We're going to go T and F series. AC, copy that. And C and E series. And there's a footnote there, who cares? All right. Now, so you guys can't see me pasting any more of my things. Okay. All right. Well, that's all right. T and F series. So let's go here. We're going to go new. And we're going to go, all right, I'm going to paste T and F series. And this is the parent item of GMC. And so we're going to save. Now I'm going to go here and do A, C, and F series. And I notice a little space at the beginning there. So I can go save as copy. Now, so it's already in GMC. And I'm going to go to paste in here. Control V, C and E series. All right, save as copy. All right, so I'm going to close that, and next just do 3 Buicks. Let's do the Excel GT, and the Lacrosse. Whoops. Hard to select. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Maybe have, well, there's 4 types. Anyways, okay. I'm gonna publish these later, so we're gonna go new category, and we're going to first of all do the Excel, and the parent category is going to be Buick, and we are going to save, and we're going to go here and do the next type, which is Excel GT. We're going to go save as copy, and in here we're going to go Lacrosse and save as copy. And great. So now I'm going to close that, and the last thing for Cadillac, CT4, CT5, CT6. You think I can remember that? Sure. C2, right? CT4, CT4, over here, Cadillac. And we'll go save CT5. We're going to go save as copy. CT6, we're going to go save as copy. All right. Now, let's close this. And you'll notice that we have a bunch that we created that were not published. I could filter and show only the ones that are unpublished, but I'm just going to select them all, action, and I'm going to publish them. And now we have we have a main category. Well, we have a category. The topic of the site are cars made by General Motors. The first level category breakdown that we have is for the brands of General Motors, those 4 brands. And then within those brands, we have the models. And now, of course, we can start to create an article. So let's very quickly, let's see, let's check that in. Let's make so let's make a new article. And we're going to make a new article about the first Blazer. Okay, first our article is going to be about the Blazer. So we're going to just call this Blazer. And we're going to assign it to the category of Blazer, right? And we're going to say this is an article about the Chevy Blazer, about the Chevy Blazer. Now, maybe I'm going to have a lot of articles about different kinds of cars. I want to invite people to submit their articles about their own cars that they own. Did I say Balzer? There we go, the Chevy Blazer. I wonder if people, that must have happened somewhere. Somebody must call their car the Chevy Balzer. All right, so capital B. But this would be a category where people can write about their stories, write about how they've repaired their Chevy Blazers, the history of Chevy Blazers. Maybe they're going to share pictures of different Chevy Blazers. So, but that's what we want all the articles to do with the Blazer, and we want them to be in here. All right. So now let's stop for a moment and look at the Chevy Blazer. And we're going to see that it is, well, all right, it's a mid-size crossover. All right. And it is also a crossover SUV, as they've got it here. Of course, you have to know the topic that you're talking about. So some of this, you wouldn't want to go too crazy with things. But so this is a mid-size crossover. So why don't we first of all, we will just say that in our article, let's make a tag. Mid-size crossover. All right, we made that tag. Now, what else did we know about the Chevy Blazer here? Let's look. It's a 4-door. Now, I don't know if this comes in a 2-door. I doubt it, but it's a 4-door. So why don't we just do this 4-door? Let's find out one more thing about this car. And let's just say it's white. All right. Okay. It's kind of all right. White. Now we've made those 3 tags. Now, the reason that we will see this is in a second, but remember, categories for things that are unique in the topic, according to your focus, tags for things that are common to things in different categories. All right. All right. So now, again, if you were doing a website on different colored cars, your main topics would be white, black, red. Your main categories would be white, black, red, because that's your main focus. And then you might have the tags being who makes them, right? Who makes the different kinds of things. All right, so we've got an article about Chevy Blazer. Published a Blazer. Now let's just go to Buicks. Oh, here's an Excel. All right, now. Oh, this is vehicles exclusive to China. Interesting. Oh, I ended up on this page here because I searched for a list of vehicles. But this is just only showing China. All right. Well, in the spirit of things, let's just keep moving along. This is a pretty big topic too, right? So, all right. So the Excel. We're going to go here. We're going to make a new article. We're going to go Excel. E-X-E-L. All right. This is an article about the Chevy, the Buick Excel. All right. Now, the category, we're going to put it in Buick. So we can type B. There we go. Buick. All right, now, tags. Well, let's take a look at this interesting picture that we have here. Michael says, years ago, a car manual gave the valve clearance. Now it tells you not to drink the contents of the battery. Well, that's a good one. All right, this is a compact sedan. It looks like it's 4-door. We'll say 4-door. It's white, but this is also only available in China. All right, so we're going to go back here and we'll use our tags. So we've got compact sedan. All right, that's a new tag. It's 4-door. Okay, so we'll click outside here. It's a 4-door. Oh, we already have that tag. Great. This one is white. But this one's in China only. China. Yeah, we'll just put China. All right, so that's the country where you can get it. China. Now, did I spell Excel right? E-X-C-E-L-L. Right. Okay. So I'm going to save and close. Now, what's very interesting here is this. In fact, here, I'm going to feature these. Now we have our category. Our topic of the website is cars made by General Motors. Our categories are the different brands that General Motors makes. And then we have subcategories for the different cars that they make. So in fact, what I've done is actually wrong. The Blazer should be in the Blazer category under Chevrolet. The Excel because again, I want to have lots of articles about the specific cars. Excel should be, Bjorn says, was just about to say that. Yes, I beat you on that one, Bjorn. The Excel, that's the Buick, no, that's the Buick, Chevrolet, GMC, Cadillac. Oh, there you go, Buick Excel. Now, okay, let's see. All right, so I'm going to say that. Valerie says you've tried to use effectively Joomla core tags, similar module and tags, popular module, and it doesn't let you do exactly what you want it to do. Yes, the core, some of the core modules might not have all the drill down that you want. That's why I really like Raxo module, because in Raxo you can pick according to a lot of things. Valerie says it's taught her to how to be sparse with your tags. You cannot tell Joomla to prioritize a certain subset of tags under a parent tag over another subset of tags. Yes, because we're going to see that you can do the same thing with tags, and you can do have tags have their own parents. You haven't found a solution to the type of functionality that will help you with one of your sites. Yeah, so Raxo module, I really like that. Maybe I'll install it after, because it gives you some crazy options for picking exactly what you want to show. And if you are using that module and putting it putting it inside an article, it gives you some really amazing control over what content you're presenting. So we'll take a look at that. All right, so let's preview this home page here. And there's an article. Let me just get rid of that there. This is from a video I was doing the other day. All right. So here's our article on the Blazor. Here is our article on the Excel. And of course, we have no text in those articles, so nothing's showing up. But if someone were saying, "Oh, I want to see all the articles that are about cars with 4 doors," then we click on that tag link. And of course, on these links and formatting and everything going to do, that's more the design of your site. But we're looking today at organizing. But there, even though Blazor is made by Chevy and Excel is made by Buick, they appear now on the same page, because even though they're in different categories according to what the main focus is, they do share characteristics, and so they were assigned tags and they show there together. All right. Now, let's go back into the Excel here, and we can say, hey, let's see, it's China. Oh, there's only one car right here on the site that's made in China alone, and it is the Excel, and that's great. That's where we're at. So now what we can do, of course, is now that we have some basic structure in there, we can start to help people find their way to the things that they want. And so here's the main menu. So let's make some menu items so people can immediately get to the categories, because right now on the home page, having all this there, it doesn't really show. Now, although we could actually make a common tag for the Blazor for Chevys as well, but let's not get too crazy here. So let's go back in article. Let's go down to menus, and we'll go to main menu, and that's where our home menu is, right here on the left hand side. So I'm going to make a new menu item. We're going to go to make the menu type, and we're going to show category. All right, so articles, and let's do let's do a list of articles in a category. All right, so and then we're going to select the category, and the first what we'll do here is we're going to go Chevrolet, right? And the short form for that is Chev or Chevy, but we'll go Chevrolet, and we're going to go save. Great. Now let's, I should have gone save and new, right? Save and new. All right, so next is Buick. And we're going to select this, and we're going to go configure articles, category list, and we're going to select, and it's going to be Buick. All right. Now notice the categories are not appearing alphabetical order for those big types. So let's take anyway. So we're going to save this. Now let's do it with the save as a copy feature. So our next one is Buick was Chevrolet GMC. I missed GMC in there. All right. So now I'm going to clear this one. I'm going to select, and I'll notice it's getting hard. There's a lot of things here, and I'm making menus to just the top level one. So I'm going to go to filter options, and I'm going to go select max levels. I only want to see the first level ones. Oh, isn't that a lot easier? Great. So we'll go GMC, and now we're going to go save as a copy. Yeah, Valerie says you haven't found a solution. Or did there was just a new text? Oh, there's a text that came in on my phone, caught the corner of my eye. All right, GMC, and the last one, Buick. Oh, Cadillac. All right, so let's go C-A-D-I-L-A-C. All right. So I'm not going to change the alias, but I am going to clear this. I'm going to select. I'm going to go Cadillac. And I'm going to go save as copy. And I'm going to close. Now here, I showed this different methods. So I'm going to publish these because when you save as copy, they start out unpublished. And also, I want to have these alphabetical in the menu, right? So let's see. Here we are, C, B, G, C. All right, so we've got our menus down the right-hand side here, which is great because now if I click on Chevrolet, hey, there's a list of categories. So there's no articles that were assigned alone to Chevrolet, but there are subcategories. Aha, Blazer, great. All right. So let's change the order of this so it's alphabetical. B comes before C. CA comes before CH. All right. And now if we refresh, look at that. B, C, C, and GMC. This is underlined because I guess in Cassiopeia that shows the current menu being shown. All right, so we've done some nice organizing there. Now, don't forget to help people get to maybe your subcategories. Now, this would be a lot, right? This would be a lot because there's a lot of cars here. We could also go here and make a new menu, submenu. We could go Blazer. All right, and we're going to select, and we will do articles, and we're going to do the category list. This time the category was select. Now we don't see it in the top level here, so let's just go max 2 levels. There we go. We've got showing, there's Blazer, so we'll pick Blazer. And we are going to also, we need to pick the parent menu item of this menu. And Blazer is a Chevy, so we'll go and we'll save and close. Now, when we refresh, we end up with Cadillac, Chevrolet. Oh, and then there's Blazer underneath. And of course, if you have a lot of subcategories, you're going to have to kind of monkey around with getting them displayed properly. Now, if you notice, we can also create menu items based on tags. So watch this. We could go back to our Blazer. Well, let's do this. Let's go new. Let's go white cars. Okay, white cars. And again, we have lots of things that we can pick here, but let's go again. We'll go category list. List of articles in a category. Now this is selecting the category, so we might not necessarily. Oh, so that's not this. Okay, I was thinking of something different here. White cars. We could do this. We could. This is not what I was planning doing, but we could do white Chevys. I think. Okay. Now we can select a tag in here. We can go white. We still would select the topic of in the category of Chevrolet, although this is not going to work like I thought. Yeah, Ivor says choose the tags menu. That's a good point. Thanks, Ivor. Because here's you learn as much from failing as you do from succeeding, sometimes more. So if I save, and then the parent item, we're going to put this under Chevrolet. All right, so let's save that. There's not going to be any that show up. I'm gonna clear this. I'm going to select a different category because we know we have a blazer. All right, and we'll save this. Watch. Yeah, so here we have a link. We can click on white Chevys, and we know it's going to list the blazer alone, right? But as Ivor pointed out, we should use the tags menu for this. And so let's do that. I'm going to close this. I'm going to delete this white. Oh, here, let's just change this right here. White Chevys. This is, if you're using something that is managing search engine friendly URLs, changing existing menus can get tricky because the SEF URL in your third-party extension will be pointing to a certain view and type. So be very careful if you're reusing menus. It's probably easier just to always create a new menu. But in this case, since I'm not using any of that as a core Joomla site, I can do that. Let's call this white cars. All right, now I definitely want to change the alias here because I'm not saving it. But the menu, I'm not going to save as here. The menu type, let's forget about category list, and as Ivor moved and Bjorn seconded, let's go to this link to a list of items with specific tags, so tagged items. Aha. Now, the tag that we can look for is white. All right. All right. Now, we've got that. It no longer needs to be under Chevrolet. Let's just make it no parent. We'll make it a main item. And now, what kind of content type do we want to show? Well, do we want to see any categories that there might be something about white cars? Not in this case. We want articles. And I suppose that if you had contacts and they were based on, and they were tagged with the white cars, then you would want that, or users. But all right, we're going to select the content type, and so I think that. And we're going to go save. Let's see what we get over here when we go home. It still says white Chevys. What did I do wrong? Oh, I forgot to take white. Let's just put this cars at the top there. Save, home, and refresh. Now look, now we have a menu over here, which is white cars. And if you click on that, we're going to see, hey, there you go. There's our two articles with Blazor or Excel. Excellent. And now we are able to offer a view of different kinds of cars that come in white, and these are actual articles. We click on that. There's our Blazor article. So this is showing articles because we said articles. If there were categories that were tagged for white cars, then it would show that too. But again, this starts to develop and turn into a huge matrix of opportunities and things connected, and you want to choose how to show them. All right, now so just a quick recap to regroup my thoughts here. What we have here is we have categories here on set up that we're going to put articles in based on, with the main focus being what brand of General Motors they are. And within those within those articles, they are tagged with things that cars have in common across different categories. All right. And to do that, we're going to see that we'll go to components and we'll go to tags. Right. Now, here's something interesting that we can do. That's first of all, let me just clear my thought process here. as we go back to content and categories. Remember when you go to select a category, you might want to have it alphabetical instead of you're like going C or G and then and down. Now I think I did I didn't create them alphabetically. So watch, let's change this view. Filter options, max levels 1. Here's our top level ones. So now right away we can again change these alphabetically. And the nice thing about that is that when we make an article now and we go to assign it to a category, they will show up alphabetically. Here's Buick, there's Chevrolet, GMC. All right, that's really nice. Likewise, we can do the same thing with, so for instance, if we type tags in here, see, these are not in alphabetical order. In the same way, we can do that with tags. We can go to components and we can go to tags and we can say, oh my goodness, this is not sorted. Now, to make sure you're viewing the order, make sure this column of dots is gray. Is not gray, is black. And remember, this arrow up here always points to what is at the top of the list. So alphabetically, we'll put four-door first. White is going to go last. China comes before compact sedan. And midsize is back down here. So now, when we go to, if we go to content, add an article, and we want to add a tag, now our tags are in alphabetical order here. And so that's very nice to tidy up as well. Now, let's return back to tags, because as more and more things are discovered or entered that are common across the cars from different categories, we may find that there are some tags that we can group here. So for instance, white. Here, presumably, we're going to also tag cars that are available in red or that are available in green. So we might want to even make these tags ahead of time. Now we can can you only click on title and the auto sort? Yes. Bruno, can you only click on title and the auto sort? Well, you can click on title, but I don't think that there's an auto sort, is there? I don't know. That would be, is there an auto sort feature? Let's see, directions, order. Oh, no, that's, no, I don't think that, I've not seen that. If there is, let me know. Try arrow down. You mean try arrow down in the title? Yes, you can. It does, but it doesn't change the order that they appear, and that's why these things are grayed out. So we definitely want to be sorting by this column here. Michael says these articles would make good use of custom fields, keep you busy for a month. Exactly, and so custom fields. Custom fields. Bjorn, you're saying if I. Okay, well let's see. And see the article. Okay, so here, let's do this. Let's reverse the tags so that white is there. I don't think this is going to work, but we're going to go to content and articles plus the tags. No, it is. The order is the order that you set there. Tell me, you guys in chat, if you guys and gals in chat, if you agree. Custom fields are probably tags like in the extreme, because you can create the tags that you need, the custom fields that you want, and then you could set it up so that in an article people just click through the ones that they want it to select. Now, an advantage of that would be that you could, on steroids, yes. The advantage to that would be that if you have someone adding articles and they don't know all the tags that are created, you could just have a list of your of custom fields, and they could go through. Oh, yes, this is a forwarder. Oh, yes, this. You present them with a list, which would be an advantage over tags. I wanted to avoid custom fields off the start here, just because that, like you said, this tags on steroids. And I didn't want to get things too muddled, although I'm afraid that might happen. But again, it's a video, so you all can watch it over and over and over again. So you're saying title should do alphabetical. Yeah, there should. Yeah, that'd be a cool way if you could set to just auto order things based on the alphabetical. That would be great. All right, now back to components and tags. Now, having entered a bit of content onto this site, we could say, hey, you know what? There's going to be, we've got white. Let's just change this order here. We have white. There's going to be other colors. So let's do this. I'm going to do this sort of backwards to how I normally, well, there's a couple of ways to do this. So let's make a tag for blue. Now remember to, are you going to want your tags capitalized at the beginning or not capitalized at the beginning? Depending on what your favorite way to do that is, but there you go. So we're going to go blue. I guess with CSS, you could always change how tags display so that they always show a capital at the beginning. But I kind of like to be consistent in the back end of the site too, just so it's easier for the eye to follow. But we've got blue, red. So I'm going to save as a copy. And let's go my favorite one, orange. And we'll save as a copy. And we'll save and close just to get out of here. Now we did some saving it as a copy, so I'm going to publish this item. Those there that weren't, because when you make a copy, it's not published right away. But now I've got some things to organize here. Well, now I'm gonna have to do the alphabetizing of these colors. But I also realized, hey, wait a second. That white, blue, red, and orange, they're all colors. Why don't I make a color tag and group them all underneath? So let's do that. Let's go color, C-O-L-O-U-R. We'll do a good Canadian and British color. We'll make this color tag. And remember, your tags have descriptions. You can do your SEO in here. So that's all stuff that you should take advantage of. You have options here for teaser images. You can really dress up your site with these things. And you've got your description here. But I'm going to go, so I've made color, save and close. Now, there's two ways I could do this. I'll show you the monotonous way. I could go into white, and I could then go over to parent, and I could pick C-O-L. There we go. There's the color tag. I could save and close for the parent, and now we've got color and we have white. But we can also do that in a batch move. We can go orange, red, and blue. Select those. Go up to actions and batch. Oh, look at that. You can't. Isn't that interesting? You can only batch process the user access list. You can't batch process. You can't move them subtags yet. Interesting. I wonder if that will come out in the future version of Joomla. Because you could do that with categories. So now we're going to have to do this all in one individually. Here's how I do this kind of fast, repetitive stuff then. If I can't batch it, I'm going to right click on blue, open a new tab, right click on red. Bjorn thinks that we can drag them maybe. No, it's not. No, it won't do that. But here's what I did up. I opened up extra tags up here. So let's see. We've got blue, right? Red. I've opened up extra tabs at the top. And so if I have a bunch of things to change all at once, I'll right click, open them up in their new tabs, and I just do this repeatedly. I will go color, color, save and close, go here, parent, color, save and close, go here, color, save and close, go there. Now I don't need these tags anymore, so I'll close them. I'm going to refresh, and now you'll see I've got color, and now these tags are organized underneath here. And now I can still organize just a few things here for alphabetizing, LMNOPQR, but there you have it. That's a bit, it looks a bit easier. And also I think filtering options, max levels, we can still look at main tags that we have if we want to move them around. So for instance, this is not alphabetized anymore for some reason. Color, China, compact, L, C, O, oh, China goes above C, H, C, O, and M, 4 doors there, and that's great. So now when we go to content, articles, and add an article, when we look at the tags over here, we actually have color blue, color orange, color red. Oh, and color white is up here on its own. Did I mess that up somehow? Let's go to components and let's go to tags. I've got color, no. Let's see, max levels. Color, blue, orange, red, white. Oh, color is, interesting. Some of this ended up ahead of these things below because it still is by order in here, not necessarily. So red will come before compact sedan because it's underneath color, which is there. All right. Wow. So again, just to reinforce this, in the category we have we have what is unique down the different streams of categories, but with tags we are showing what is common across the categories, and you can assign things to multiple tags. Now if we just go back to menus and go to our main menu here, we can start to get fancy by showing filtering in a category, things such as this. Watch, we'll just go, we'll select an article, type link. We're going to do a category blog. We want to see we want to see articles that are assigned to the Buick Excel. In fact, I think if we do this, select the articles that are assigned to Buick, and we can also say, hey, we want to see Buicks that are made in China and that are white. All right, and now we can then, I think, let's see our blog layout. We have an option here. Do we have an option to show articles from subcategories? Maybe not. Featured articles show global use pagination. Maybe not. Is there a way? I don't think you can do that, can you? Well, that we'll get to when I show that extension, that Raxo module. All right. Well, now let's talk about if you change the focus of your website. So we have been looking at making a website. This is a website for brands of cars made by General Motors. Let's suppose this site becomes super popular and people are saying, hey, your site is really great, but I would also like to look for information on other car companies and the different brands that they have. And so could you expand the scope of your site? So let's say, all right, General Motors is a car company in the States. Let's say, okay, we're going to expand this. Let's also show brands and models of Ford. Let's add Ford as another one. Now, what do we do? Well, we've got this whole site that is focused just on General Motors. How do we add Ford to it? Here's what I would do. I would go to content and to categories, and I would create a new category called Ford. Oh, sorry, General Motors. And I would go save and close. I'd make it a top level. Next, I would go to all my other categories. And remember, we're just seeing the first level of categories here in the filtering options. I would then go to all of my Chevy categories, the main top ones, and I would go to Actions, Batch. Now I would copy or move to category. Yes, I would move all of those to General Motors. Now, can I copy them or move them? Move them. Copy them will leave the originals in place and would create new ones. All right, we don't want to do that right now. I want to move them. Reverse the ordering of all articles in the selected categories. Huh. Interesting. I've never seen that. That'd be worth exploring someday. We're going to keep the access level, keep the tags. We're going to process. Now, it looks like they disappeared, but that's because we're still filtering by top level, right? Now we have General Motors as a top item and Buick Excel, all the way down Buick, and then the cars, Cadillac and the cars. On our home page here, nothing changes. Nothing changes because our menus are there. But what we could do is we could create a menu item that links to General Motors. Now again, this particular menu is staying open. There are you would change your site so that maybe you click and it drops down and expands the options so it doesn't get so long, but we won't worry about that today. Let's just go back here. Let's go to menus. Let's go to main menu. Oh, because we'd want to maybe change that around as well. Main menu, let's make a new main menu item. And General Motors, I'm just going to call this GM. Everyone knows it as that. GM, I want it to show a configuration. That's the articles. This time let's do a category blog. And the details, we want to see everything that is in the General Motors category. We won't do anything with tags. We're going to save and close. And that's great. Now, though, we still have our other menu items like we've got Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, Blazer, GMC. Oh, we've got a bunch here. In fact, we have, oh yeah, these are all the ones that we created. Now we're going to go Actions and Batch, and we're going to move these menu items to appear underneath the GM link and process. What did I do wrong? Oh, not the GM one. Okay, Bjorn saw that. So it did not do the GM one, but it did do the others, which is nice. And again, we are these are main menu items. Oh, and white cars we didn't really need underneath. Did I move white cars? No. Oh, I did move white cars. Let's just move white cars out from its own. The easiest thing is to give it no parent, save and close. And we go home and we refresh. Now we've got GM and we've got Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet Blazer. You know, again, this is just formatting that's working out. Blazer is actually underneath Chevrolet. All right, and we didn't create a menu link for to the Buick Excel. Anyways, so next then, of course, what we can do is we could start to add Ford and a brand of Ford, and then we can do a car. And then on top of that, you would have another tree of categories, and then within those articles, you could pick tags, because you're going to have four-door Fords, you're going to have white Fords, and you're going to select that, and then you're going to fill out automatically these links to white cars and that. All right. Now, yeah, so that sort of is, as far as it goes, focusing on categories and on tags. Yeah, Bjorn says that module, that main menu module doesn't show more than one level. Okay. I moved Blazor under GM, didn't I? Oh, that was my mistake. Yeah, notice, yeah, Blazor. I should have just moved the top level ones because Blazor is actually a Chevy thing, and it's just one, so I'll move it this way. Chevy Blazor, the parent item is Chevrolet, save and close. And we'll go refresh. All right. Now, again, I did, so this is its categories and its tags. Now, remember, you can also use some modules to show articles only by certain authors. So that becomes not so much a grouping based on the subject of your website, but on who's creating content. So if someone is doing a lot of writing about certain kinds of cars, you might create a link that just only shows them. Thank you. Valerie saw the Washington work I did on Raxo. Yes. Yeah, that I take a long look at Raxo there. Now, and just for someone watching here, yeah, Valerie, if you want to paste a link to that in the chat, that would be great because then people could find it. I also can find it too and show. But why don't I just do this though? System and do I want to try to set up a custom field right now? I'm not really great at them. So okay, thank you, Valerie. Let's go to this. There's the extension. Yeah. Yeah, so Bjorn says his Joomla Forever site uses Raxo. Yeah, so I just started putting Raxo module on another client site because it's just such a nice, easy way to format their articles and pick. With respect to showing those options, that we're talking about Raxo. Let me just install that. Install extensions, browse. Go to Joomla 4. I'm going to go to Raxo. Just quickly, here we go. And that would be Raxo related, all mode prime. Yeah, all right, let's put that one in there. 1 week after I was live on that. I need to install one of the Raxo modules. Okay, what did I? Oh, here we go. No. What am I need? Raxo Portal Prime Carousel. Oh, here we go. This one right here. Those are other views that you can buy for Raxo module. But let's just go here and let's go to content. Site modules. I could have hit the plus. And here's the Raxo here. So let's put this inside. Let's put this in top. Okay, top A. Now we're going to just take a look at the things here. Raxo related articles. Yeah, that is really cool. And I bought that for someone on my monthly maintenance package. In order to update it, and I didn't have it, and I haven't even looked at that one, so we could look at that too. But let's just take a look at this All Mode Pro here. Basic options. What do you want its main source to be? Which category? Certain articles, and then you can put the article IDs in here. Divide it by here with toggle inline help at the right. Article IDs separated by comma, all right? So you hunt and peck what you need. I would love to see it there where you could just select the articles from a list, but that's okay. Mary says Raxo's nice. You also use Ruxin News and Latest News Enhanced for similar situations. SimplyWeb is heavily involved in the Joomla project. Yeah, SimplyWeb, that's he was at JD USA. Olivier, yeah. Yeah, he's very heavily involved in the Joomla project, so that's a good point to support him. Certain articles, current category. This is really cool. Current category, if you create a menu, if you put this on an article, and it will always pull the content based on the category that article belongs to that you're viewing. So that is really cool. You can exclude okay. Category filter, include or exclude. Okay. Anyways, lots of settings here. So we could say, hey, let's see everything, all article categories. But let's say we want to see all the articles that are just that are China and mid-size crossover. You can say on top of that, you do want to see things that are set featured for the front page. Which ones do you want to see? You want to see all the articles that are from the last month only. And you can see articles by anyone, or articles by the user that's logged in, or articles other than what the user is logged in, or selected articles, authors. And then here you do get a drop down to pick the different authors. There's only one user on this site. Or you can pick it by alias, select author aliases. So maybe you're adding articles, but you're putting them up under an alias of another person. And then you can order by however you want to order, or even do random. So this gives you quite a bit of room in order to really drill down to see things. Maybe you only want to see things from a selected category. Here we go. We only want to see from the Buick. Also, we want to see from Buick and Cadillac. And we could select the 3 Cadillac ones. And that's all we want to see. I mean, it gets very unique. And all of your ordering here. Display options. Okay, this is just how things are shown there. Additional options. You can include the current article if you're putting this module on a page with an article. Maybe you want to show, maybe you're putting this module at the bottom and you're going to show three articles at the top in the blog. Well, you don't want to see those 3 again showing more content below, so you would skip those 3. Do you want to see this in article pages or not? So it gives you just tons of crazy control over how things show up. And that's everything there. So menu assignment, it's on no page, let's go all pages. Let's just see what we happen to do to our site here. Refresh. Nothing is true of those assignments. So let's just take this out. All right, select categories. Select the categories. I'm going to go all categories, but only things that are China. All right, so let's save and refresh and go here. Oh, I wonder, what am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong here? I didn't publish it. There we go. Refresh. Top A. Is that a position in Cassiopeia? Let's see. I think it is. Top A. Let's go main top. Let's try that. Who knows? Who knows? I've messed it. Anyways, all categories, articles to display, tags, type. Date filtering, disable. I had last month selected. See, now this is the thing. You have lots of options. There's lots to mess up. There we go. There is the one that shows up. But isn't it cool that you could have a module up there that showed last month's best articles just to get people to the back? All right, so yeah, so Raxo, or a module that has really nice drill down options for filtering. You can filter based on a number of things here. Very cool. All right, now let's take a look at take a look at custom fields, and we'll try if anybody has watched this long on the video, then Stefan has to leave. Okay, see you, Stefan. Yeah, thank you. I think it is interesting. It's an interesting topic to help us. All right, so custom fields are tags and steroids, and so let's make a let's make a grouping. Vinny says he'll just keep using articles anywhere. Yes, yeah, that's another way too. Vinny always getting in there with articles anywhere. Okay, so that's first of all, we're going to make a field group. All right, we're going to create a list of options to select what colors cars are available in. And so we're going to group those, and we're going to call this available colors. All right. And we're going to go save and close. Should I set something else here? It's the options, display, publishing, permissions. No, general. Published access is public. Okay. List of colors that cars. List of colors available for certain cars. All right. List of colors. Oh, I didn't want to fix that one. Available. All right. Save and close. Now that we have that, we want to create some fields and assign it to that group. All right, so that's, and we're making article fields right here. Let's go new. All right, so the title is blue. Oh, maybe I did this wrong already. What? I did this wrong already, because the grouping is this. I think I did this wrong. Field groups. This is going to be this field group, car options. Let's do car options. I think this is what I want to do. Car options, a list of options available. For cars. Okay. Yeah, Bjorn agrees. Yeah. Car options. Now I'm going to go to fields, and I'm going to create a new field. And the field, I want to give people an option to pick colors. So I'm going to go this color. Right. Now, what do I want to do? Do I want this to be a subform? Yeah, okay, that's, you think radio button? Radio button would only give one option. So radio button would work if there's only ever one color. But if, let's say a car is available in white, blue, and red. Yeah, I think radio button is only one thing. So I think it would be checkbox that we want. And a car type. Yeah, I think, or drop down. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, I think, so here's what I'm thinking is, obviously the Buick Excel is available in more than just white. So if we're looking at being able to give the availability of things, then we would want to give people the option to check all of the options. A drop down would let you pick All right, so Vinny says drop down. Bjorn says combined into a subform field. Custom fields make it easy for a client to update content in an article using categories, etc. We set the best way to navigate to the article. Right. All right. I think it's checkbox here. What I'm thinking of. Now, combined into a subform field. Does the subform field allow you to pick the options, multiple ones that are already in there? Or a color field? Oh my goodness, yeah. Color field is for picking a certain kind of color though, right? Let's go with checkboxes. All right. Now, the name will just auto-generate from the title. The label will be color. The description, colors this car is available in. Is it required? Oh yeah. Is it required? No, it's not required. Yeah, that's right, Vinny. Is the article for one particular vehicle where there's only one, or is it for many? Oh, you're right. And you know, I originally said, okay, let's have a page where people are putting articles about their car. So you are right. It would. So Bjorn's right. It would be a radio button of what color the car is, unless the car had two colors. So then, or you could drop down with the options that people would have, or could they create a subform? Could they just add their own color in there? But if you want to control the options, so I'm going to say that's all right. Let's go back to. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Yeah. Custom. Drop down if we put in all the options. And they can just pick one. Or a radio button with all the options there. Radio takes up too much space. Yeah, that's a good point. If you have a radio button, they're all listed. If with a drop down, you have the options, they can just do that. All right. Yeah, Bjorn, you were right about radio button instead of checkbox. But I think I like Vinny's comment too about it being taking up less space. So let's do a let's do a drop down. Now, is there a drop down? Oh, I see. Yeah, you could give multiple choice. Yeah, if there was multiples there. Which one is drop down? That's probably list, right? Is list drop down? Or is it going to be a subform? If we go to list. Okay. Okay, so Michael says you use checkbox and add as many values as you like. Yes. Well, that's true. The checkbox would show them people could just pick what their color is, yeah. But in this case, yeah, for space, it would be that. Over here, field group, by the way, we need to put this to car options. All right. Now we're going to, all right, so we're going to, what have we got here? We've got white. White. You're going to add. I think we got, what do we have? Red. We've got blue. And we've got orange. I did say that the site was for articles that people wrote about their unique car. And subform is only a combination of other fields. And you can give it the option of multiple too. Okay. Oh, there you go. Yeah, multiple. Can they select, yes, they can select multiples. All right. Anyways, what we end up with, I believe, is going to be, oh, options. Field class and editable in before display. I think we want to say, oh, which category? We can assign it to all categories, or you can assign it to specific categories only to show up. All right, so let's save and close this. We now have a color field in the car options. Now if we go to articles and we go to the Excel, Buick Excel, notice we have this tab here, car options. Oh, we still didn't, it's still kind of tall, isn't it? But this is white, and we go save and close. We go to the Blazer, and we go to car options, and it is white. And we can save and close. Now we're assigning the same things as the tags, but the nice thing is that when someone goes in to add a new car, a new article, they're presented with things that they can pick about it. Now, had we made this mandatory, they would have, or did we? They would have to pick a color when they're editing their article. Vinny says, you know, you're close enough to us where you can spell color correctly. I think that works in the other direction as well, too. And oftentimes I just do COLOR. But here we can begin to remember how earlier I started grouping the tags under parent tags. If you use custom fields, you have these options, and then there are other programs that will display based on custom fields. So for instance, articles anywhere. Okay, so Valerie says Team North. Vinny says we broke free of British tyranny long ago. Yeah, Valerie, I would still like to apologize for winning the War of 1812, Vinny. That's where the breaking away from tyranny broke off. Anyways, that's Canada's little dig always. Oh well, we did win the War of 1812. But anyways, we're brothers and sisters in North America now. Anyway, so there we go. You can use custom fields. The other, I think the challenge of custom fields here is also when we get into the menu items and we go, let's say we want to go to GM, do we have the option to filter based on menu items? And in that case, we not menu items, based on on custom fields. Oh my goodness, it's getting time to stop soon, I think. And I don't see that we have that option here. Now that's something that which is interesting, that's not something in here, but you can get a really great filtering system or search system from Blue Coder for custom fields. Or you can use something like Articles Anywhere, which will, or I think does conditional content work with the custom fields? But anyways, as you can see, this is why I left custom fields towards the end, because it gets to be quite complex, which is great if your needs are complex. And for instance, in this site, you would keep building and adding things, and would be getting more and more and more. Then that's good. If you're looking for some just basic things, categories are for lines that are unique. Tags are for things that are common across those things. You wouldn't conditional content in this example. Yeah, I'm just thinking, basically, you could create a link to a page that showed only things, not conditional content, but that showed content that was only tagged with a certain, that only had a certain custom field. All right, going down quickly here. Okay, so, but you know, one of the things that's been clear throughout talking and looking at this today is that you really have to have a handle on what you want to do, what your site is about, and the information you're presenting, and what is the main focus of it. Is it the brands of cars? Is it the types of cars? Is it the companies? Is it the colors? It could be a website about different colored cars. Oh, I want to find a picture of a red car. I want to find a picture of a white car. So you would divide up by the colors. It gets super complex as you go, and you might not always choose first. Vinny says Articles Anywhere would do that. Great. Articles Anywhere, you could. So Articles Anywhere, you would say show articles that have the custom field white, where the custom field equals white, and then you would just create a link to that particular article with the Articles Anywhere in it, and you would see that. So yeah, but the cool thing is it's all stuff that we can do in Joomla as we get to that point, and it's all stuff that you couldn't do with Joomla back in 1.5 or 1.7 or 2.5. And you can do it in Joomla 4. You could do it in Joomla 3, but now Joomla 4 has subforms and just keeps building and growing as well. So the takeaways are: make sure you know what content that you want for your what the main focus is, how things are sort of laid out. Pick out for categories. Pick out according to your topic what are going to be the things that are different, and have them all set up, categories and subcategories. And then within there, you may find things that are common to them all. Another instance would be movies, different movies. You'd have horror movies and then titles, and then you'd have comedies and then titles. But in those horror movies and in those comedies, you might have actors or actors that have appeared in both of them, both categories, and then you could create a tag that would show them. Or you could create a custom field and set that up. And if you want to see something like that that's working really well, you could check out I Love Old Time Radio, because that's what Vinny is doing there with all kinds of crazy things. Bjorn, car type, model, color, all in a subform field called cars. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you would create a car type, model, color. Oh, yeah, that would be cool too. Yeah, so the subform basically, as I think it was Bjorn that said, subform's only a combination of other fields. So you can create a form where people can go through and they would select color, make all the different types just in one, and then you would have all that would work in all your filtering that's set up. Bjorn said, oh wait, Michael said, Michael said he was thinking more of a car dealership. You missed the first 15 minutes. Yeah, no, that's cool. But you know, it just shows too, with a car dealership, the whole focus would be different. Same cars, only different focus. Same features in that, but people might be searching for what options are available. Yeah. Bjorn says this is, let's see here, copy. Let's go to here. This page here that you have made, Bjorn has made this with subforms. There we go. Thanks for putting me on that page, Bjorn. And so you're adding resources or something, and it's filling in the subforms. We're doing something cool. Yeah, it certainly can become complex, but fortunately, you can also do a simple site with Joomla. Vinny has pasted the code for articles color equals white. That color equals white, so that would be color equals white. That would automatically pick up the custom field, would it? Ira has to go. He'll end by looking at a professional roller skating on your Facebook page. Yes. Everybody, I went roller skating yesterday at the Chamber of Commerce. it's on my Facebook page. I can show you that too. Color is the name of the custom field. Okay. All right, Ivor. See you later. I think I'm going to just about wrap this up soon too, because I think that's the end of this topic, unless I get it even more confused at the end. But we could also just let me just find this over here. If I do this, I'll find the roller skating. Just let's see. I will go to my Facebook feed. Okay. Let's see. There is desktop audio to this. There is music, but I don't want to get copyright strike, so I'm going to turn it off. But so here's, long story short. Yesterday, let's see. Yesterday at the Chamber of Commerce was hosted at a local church and also by a guy. So there are two sponsors: a local church sponsoring the location, and then there was also the Marty's roller skating parties. Fellow has a business that puts on roller skating. So here, this was me yesterday morning in the orange, of course. And this is my first time on roller skates in over 40 years. This is a little bit in. When I first got on, I could not even take 1 foot off of the ground. But this slowly came back to me after 40 years. Now, at this point, I accidentally got behind some people and I couldn't stop. I kind of panicked. I was panicked about knocking them over, so I kind of moved my way through, and that was, yeah, unfortunate. But anyways, it was really good, and I wasn't as sore this morning as I thought I was going to be. So I'll just tell you, I had boyish happiness yesterday having done this again. I was quite pleased with myself. So that's what Ira was talking about. And here, I cut, dragging, yes, but I think partly too, I was so worried about falling that I was a little bit more unstable on my feet. All right, everybody. Michael says he did that once. He was like a newborn giraffe. Yeah, I certainly felt that. Vinny says color's the name of that custom feels great. Yeah, and the camera was right. It wasn't roller derby. Yeah, honestly, I wasn't trying. Those are all people from the Chamber of Commerce, and I know them, and I did not knock them over. Although I'll tell you, I was probably midfield. If we'd started trying to knock people over, there's people that could have taken me out, but there's lots of people I could have taken out as well. Yeah, no, Valerie, I think we knew what you meant by Team North, because you're up there in Toronto, in the big smoke, as we call it in Canada. All right, so everybody enjoy organizing your Joomla sites. It's something that's really doesn't have so much to do with maintaining or fixing them, but how you set them up and use those tools. And then because the idea of a website is to present your information in a way that people can access and it makes sense to them. So if someone goes to your website and thinks, oh yeah, I'm looking for white cars, I'll click on there. If they're looking for, hopefully you do your SEO, you come up in result for the search for what people are looking for. All right, so everybody, thanks for tuning in today. And thanks for spending time with me on another Wednesday and letting me spend time with you on another Wednesday. And working on this thing that we like so much together, Joomla. So I think I'll wrap it up there. Thanks for your support of this channel. As always, I hope that wherever this finds you, be it morning, afternoon, evening, or tomorrow, that you are well. Until the next time, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless.